Howdy friends, welcome to Free Range Ted. As you might have guessed, I am Ted. Boom. I'm asking the question today, how can a meat lover like me eat less meat and still enjoy food?
Yes!
It's something that I am committed to doing. I think it's important that I do it. I would love it if other folks would join. I think that, for me, from a health standpoint, it's an important thing to do. I don't have a great relationship with meat. I eat way too much of it to be healthy, particularly, red meat, which is, the fattier the better for me. Like that, that's how I like it. I've got to change that for my own health. Obviously, I've been doing the fat boy shit for a long time and it's taking its toll.
I can't talk right now. I'm doing fat ass shit.
The other really important aspect of this for me is from an environmental standpoint. The carbon footprint of eating meat is enormous and nobody's really doing much about it. Like we're just accepting that that's just part of it. If it's a really significant piece of climate change, that is an area that we ought to be working on. We don't have to eat meat. We choose to, and we certainly enjoy it. I do, but our consumption can't continue on the path that it's been on for a long, long time, nor can our food production capabilities keep up with the demand. And as the demand for meat grows globally, I'm looking at you, China. We can't do it. Climate is changing faster than anyone ever imagined it would. We are now looking at just hoping that we don't exceed 2 degrees plus Celsius, which is going to be really not great, y'all. And we're going to get there. There's not really a way around that. We can only hope that we don't go beyond that, because +3 or +4 or more is beyond catastrophic. We have to take steps now. Sorry, don't mean to get preachy about it. I'm just talking through this. So my goal here is to kind of dig into what we could eat instead of meat, or we could replace a portion of the meat that we are consuming. And that's kind of where I am right now. I'm not trying to jump into being vegetarian or vegan. Maybe I'm more of a flexitarian, I guess. I don't care for labels. I'm going to supplement my diet heavily with plant-based products. Meat, for me, is going to become rare. And I don't really mean rare, cooked, although that's delicious. But what I mean is a rare occurrence. I'm going to come up with a new relationship to meat. And it's going to be one that is better for me, better for the environment, definitely better for the animals. And I'm hoping that some of you are kind of having some of those same thoughts and would be willing to give it a try. And what I'm talking about is baby steps, but always moving forward. If I start off by having one meal a day that is entirely plant-based, that for me is a baby step. That might not be a baby enough step for some folks. Maybe once a week is all you can do right now, and that's cool. If I'm starting there, which I am, with one meal a day at least, then I've got to constantly be taking baby steps toward something more. I don't necessarily have an end goal of what the finish line is. I'm just going to keep moving forward and seeing where this goes. I'm happy to have a conversation with any of you who are interested in doing something similar. I'm not interested in getting into some kind of political debate. I got to figure out what works for me, and I'm hoping that you'll be willing to do the same thing for you. I just don't know that people are there yet, and that terrifies me, because we should have all been there a long time ago. So anyway, first things first is to find things that I really love eating, and I want to get good at preparing them. Plant-based things that I really love eating and cooking. And I started with one today that I think is going to be an absolute home run. I love pastrami. You've seen me make pastrami on here a couple of times. It's one of my favorite foods. I love it. I've eaten before these things called soy curls, very meaty texture, neutral taste, and it will take on other flavors. And what I've done is brined some of that in a pastrami brine overnight. And pan fried it with some black pepper and some coriander and a little bit of salt. And I gotta tell you guys, it's pretty damn good. It has the flavor of pastrami. It has the texture that's meat-like. And I'm not trying to make like an imitation thing that I'm saying tastes exactly like pastrami. But when I get the pastrami itch, I gotta have something that scratches it that's not pastrami. I'm making sandwiches with this, and I whipped up a homemade Russian dressing to go with it. Might get a little bit of sauerkraut, make myself a nice Reuben sandwich with this soy curl pastrami. Another thing I'm going to try very soon is I bought myself a steamer pan, and I'm going to make seitan, which is a meat substitute that's made with vital wheat gluten. I found a couple of really good recipes for how to make it. And again, I'm going to take this idea of pastrami flavors and see if I can incorporate it into making this. But first up, I want to share with you the soy curl pastrami Reuben. Let me know what you think.